Hello and welcome to our capstone presentation. My name is Rafael de la Costa and I'll be introducing for my team. My team and I were responsible for collaborating on the development of BS Biogas, a renewable energy company that specialized in providing affordable and efficient biogas plants for farmers in the agricultural industry. Our company's focus was to achieve UN SDG number 7, to provide affordable and clean energy for all. Our team was formed from students representing marketing, HR, international business, finance, and accounting, brought together to implement the knowledge and skills we had learned and developed over the course of our degrees into this project. Whilst working on this project, I was exposed to the essential nature of teamwork and developing effective communication skills, especially within an interdisciplinary team. It was crucial for me to learn from real-life projects with large teams to learn how to communicate my thoughts to my team members in a high-stake environment where each member of our team wants to succeed. This unit particularly challenged us to think critically and synthesize our ideas into tangible products. This can be seen through our Lego mind maps, as well as the project roadmap, where we contribute ideas and work to formulate a cohesive project plan. This helped me to become more comfortable with the critical thinking process, which benefited my team moving forward in the unit. Similarly, the agility exercise challenged me to develop and communicate business model recommendations to science capstone students and take leadership initiative to divvy up responsibilities for the infographics in a way that played to the strengths and specialities of each member. I believe that I've grown significantly in my communication skills because of this unit, and that these skills will carry forward into my future employment to be open-minded and listening to my coworkers. Over the course of this unit, I had to work remotely and collaboratively to achieve our team objectives, which required me to develop complex problem solving and technical skills related to the unit. As a result, I've learned team management and coordination skills, such as objective planning, responsibility allocation, and using team communication software. My marketing skills were also sharpened. Applying marketing research to a new business model in an emerging industry has helped me to build my understanding of my own marketing strengths and the areas I need to grow in, such as market branding and market research respectively. Throughout MQBS3010, I have learned the importance of developing networking skills as I move into professional work environments to increase my employability. Prior to working on the capstone project, I felt under-equipped and unconfident in my professional networking skills as my LinkedIn profile was underdeveloped and lacked content and connections. However, because of the agility exercise, I needed to showcase the business recommendations our team had made for the B Science capstone students in the form of infographics. Therefore, I needed to update my LinkedIn information and expand my connections list with other students, enhancing my employability. Additionally, I received feedback from Bachelor of Science students regarding the feasibility of BS Biogas and the science behind our products. This required me to communicate the feedback to my team to assist in helping us to refine our project. This feedback further developed my self-awareness and evaluation skills regarding my decision-making and critical thinking, which helped me to grow my employability in the future. Lastly, developing sustainable thinking skills is important for me to be able to contribute to environmental well-being in business. My aim is to incorporate sustainable practices like my critical thinking skills, teamwork ability, and creative ability into my professional and personal life to enhance my sustainability skill development. I would now like to hand it over to Cesar, who will speak on his experience in his accounting major and how it has contributed towards his employability.
Hi, my name is Cesar Galvez. As member of the team, we're responsible to achieve Goal 7, being affordable and clean energy, or UN SDG. The target of the team is to develop a project to supply a biogas plant domestic for farmers in Australia and provide economic support to communities in India. I had great dedication to solve problems and collect information from a variety of resources such as Macquarie's Library Online, reviewing my units relating with the problem and provide alternatives to solve the issue. For example, the project needs to prepare a budget and estimate costs and revenue. My portfolio shows some units that help me to do the task. For example, CPV analysis and Excel training video from management accounting and preparation of financial statements. During the time I was working with my teammates, I developed my communication skill through continuous interaction with them, sharing ideas, collaboration in meetings, listening to opposing ideas, and participating in discussion. This experience made me more confident to express my ideas and support my viewpoints, especially in my workplace. This activity pushed me to be involved in meetings and propose potential solutions. This is my profile and LinkedIn, and this is social media provide me a network, contact with another professionals in accounting and other areas like marketing or economic. And the benefits of the LinkedIn is I contact with potential employers. They offer me jobs in area in accounting. Situations where the pressure is strong, my emotions overwhelm, the way to seek a solution. I had experience in my workplace placement where I made a mistake. I started to panic and thinking of the consequences of the event as I couldn't resolve the mistake. Now, in that situation, I had to first analyze what the problem was, collect more information related to the issue, and select possible solution. I combine my initiative and persistence to get a solution. In this way, I can control my emotion and enhance my performance. Thanks for listening. Now, Bear is going to talk about her experience.
Hi, I'm Vera and I'm a human resource student at Macquarie. Throughout this capstone unit, I have applied my knowledge and skills whilst working with my team in order to form solutions that address our chosen UN SDG goal of affordable and clean energy. The pre-reading modules on iLearn allow me to reflect on my experience throughout my degree, how to improve myself for future opportunities, and the significance of teamwork. I was able to deepen my understanding through the frameworks and theories which I implemented during my interactions with the team. In one of our first group meetings, we participated in a team exercise which involved utilizing Padlet to visually represent our initial idea of the project. This learning experience highlighted the importance of communication. The synergy consummated through ascertaining voices of all team members, which enhanced our relational trust, an attribute that was essential later on in our capstone project as team members were predisposed to share their ideas. This skill is relevant for employability as collaborative interchange enables greater innovation. A workforce empowered by dynamic employees and heterogeneity filters any knowledge limitations. This skill was carried to our agility exercise as my team was able to streamline recommendations for the BSC's capstone project. By combining our cognitive, motivational, and behavioral aptitudes, we were able to issue novel, multidimensional, and value-adding recommendations. This was an essential skill for our capstone project, as my response not only drew from my knowledge procured from my own discipline, but was influenced by the insights cultivated with the assistance of my team members, therefore providing more authentic and realistic strategies to achieve our UN SDG goal that enables individuals to partake in environmental protection and corporate climate action at scale. Looking into the future as an individual pursuing a career in HR management, I've recognized how openness towards continuous learning allows me to adapt my discipline-specific knowledge to novel and ambiguous environments, such as working with a group of students who I am unfamiliar with. As my group split off to complete the separate parts of our chapter of the capstone project, I was faced with the challenge of relating my theoretical knowledge to a real-life business scenario, as I lacked professional networking and real-life experience in the HR business world. This led me to refer back to key HR units, including staffing organizations and managing performance and rewards, which exposed me to modern techniques and industry practices implemented in these areas of HR. These resources, coupled with the training methods and recruitment processes I've experienced whilst working in retail and hospitality, allow me to develop an HR strategy that would ensure a sustainable organizational culture. My employability was enhanced due to my heightened sustainable thinking in relation to HR, as I've recognized that differentiation among human capital protects economic value creation from competitive diffusion and imitation. Therefore, my team was able to produce a brand that challenged the status quo, not only sustainable in its efforts towards corporate social responsibility, but the well-being of its employees.
Thanks, Vera. Hi, I'm Declan Steele, and I'll now present how MQBS3010 has enhanced my employability. I'll do it by showing you the results of a few of our activities in the unit. The first asked us to demonstrate in an infographic our experiences over the course of our studies in the categories of scholarship, sustainability, ethical practice, and engagement. whether they be part of our studies or not. We needed to pick one to experience each and explain in about 100 words how it developed us in the 4 fields. It served as a good tool of self-reflection. It allowed me to look back and see what I'd gained out of my time at uni, something we don't often stop and look back on. It also let me improve how I regulate my communications by compressing 4 sizable events in my life down to so few words into a well-chosen picture. Next was an even stranger exercise that I've just unintentionally previewed. Displaying my university journey in Lego pictures. We're told this is a lockdown substitute for the real thing. It was even more of a stress test for my communication ability with such an unusual medium that made me and us adopt an open mindset and bend from habitual ways of thinking, acting, and communicating. Odd as the task was, for this reason, it was good for my future employability, as this next step in our lives will require me to break 4 years of habit and rethink all my working and learning mechanisms. The centerpiece of the MQBS3010 project is the capstone project, in which students synthesize all we've learned over our degree to develop a small business plan with $1 million as hypothetical capital. The plan has to further a UN Sustainable Development Goal. We chose number 7, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Our brainstorming spawned VS Biogas, a manufacturer of affordable digesters that derive biogas that can substitute natural gas from livestock effluent. In my instance, it was the first time I put much of my learning into a sort of practice. The process unearthed many of my strengths and weaknesses in the commerce field, and as it has coincided with applications for graduate programs, it's guided my career aspirations in the direction of charitable, non-profit, or government sectors, institutions and businesses like our fictional one, where I know my strengths are. More obviously, in terms of employability, I can now point to a theoretically successful business I helped start and nurture, and that this has taken me outside the box and has taught me to think outside traditional boundaries between business and social work, and indeed to be more heterogeneous and unorthodox in how I approach challenges within my working life. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to contribute effectively in spite of the limited relevance of my major in international business. The original idea was to operate in India, which I ultimately had to recommend against. I'm glad I had the grace to make myself irrelevant in this way, and that I could flexibly help my colleagues with their sub-projects. I'll now hand you over to Amy.
Hi guys, my name is Amy and this is the e-portfolio I have created on Portfolium. I'd like to start off by speaking about working individually and in a team. The capstone unit required us to work in a team with other commerce students with different majors. In my group, we had a variety of majors which included human resources, accounting, finance, and international business. I am majoring in marketing communications and I had one other team member, Raf, who was doing the same. Having a second person who was doing the same major as me allowed me to be self-aware when constructing the marketing chapter of the report. This also furthered my communication with Raf in particular as we planned how to split our knowledge in marketing up to construct our individual chapters. When we started doing the capstone project, we understood that it required the following. Communicating as a team was important and we decided to talk through our group chat on Facebook Messenger and hold regular Zoom meetings to understand better face-to-face, as well as collaboratively working together on a Google Doc. As a group, we also read each other's chapters before submitting for any peer feedback. The next factor of working in a team was to be reasonable and understanding when working together. The importance of setting realistic goals and expectations allowed us to collaboratively work together towards our capstone project. Our chosen UN SDG was number 7, targeting affordable and clean energy. Our main project was based around selling a biogas plant and marketing towards Australian farmers to reuse and renew clean energy. Doing this project provided insights for me into my group members' majors. Each member spoke about their own majors and how they were going to contribute to the project. Each team member's majors allowed us to shine in the area we were specializing in. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the skills gained from networking. Required for this unit, we had to make a LinkedIn profile. Surprisingly, even to myself, I'm 22 years old and I didn't have a LinkedIn profile. Uploading my assignment onto LinkedIn was confusing for me, but I felt so old not knowing how to navigate a social media platform. But once I figured it out, it was fine. Uploading my agility exercise expanded my network and allowed for some various feedback from other peers on LinkedIn and even peers who weren't doing the subject. Furthering the network on LinkedIn, I had students from other universities reach out to me in my messages on LinkedIn to connect with me and communicate about how I dealt with being in lockdown. Overall, LinkedIn has definitely helped me build my profile with connections, post views, and search appearances. Personal skills I have learned from the Capstone project overall is that teamwork serves to be very important. Teamwork also consists of actively communicating with team members to ensure that the best project can be produced in the end. The second skill that is important is interpreting feedback and implementing that into my work. Lastly, actively listening is an important skill that will help me in the future to improve mutual understandings as well as minimizing conflicts. Thank you. I will now pass on to Jacob.
Thank you, Amy, for that insight on how your marketing major and contributions to this capstone report have developed your employability. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jacob, and over the past 3 years, I've studied in the field of finance. My degree has shaped my educational knowledge, work ethic, and desired employability skills to translate into my life beyond my studies. With the financial job space now being more highly regulated when compared to 10 to 15 years ago, employers are seeking for individuals who can develop strong working relationships with clients and team members, critically think, and actively problem solve with a strong eye for detail. As you can see on the left, I'm already working as a financial planning associate within a financial wealth management company. And I do have strong aspirations to moving into our financial planner's role. This makes the skills in curating relationships with clients a must for setting yourself apart in the space. With this in mind, I believe this capstone unit presentation have developed my interpersonal skills, which are now highly sought after by employees. This will aid in enabling myself to create and sustain meaningful work across my career. In this capstone report, I was able to show and apply my knowledge throughout my degree into real-world applications. By critically thinking, I was able to do a Porter's 5 force analysis to assess the competitiveness of the market and the chance of future sustainability and success. Furthermore, I was able to determine the value of future cash flows and evaluate whether different scenarios would advance the company in the future. This is important for working towards a more sustainable world, which is a predominant goal of the United Nations Development Sustainable Goals. Application of my knowledge and ability to critically think as means of actively and skillfully conceptualizing and applying gathered information is a highly sought after employability trait. Furthermore, if an individual doesn't know how to articulate their ideas and sell their services as a financial planner, then how are clients going to be willing to trust you in handling their wealth? Considering this, from completing this group report with individuals from different majors, I had to elaborate ideas that might seem foreign to them. Additionally, the idea of using a biogas plant was one that I happened to discover upon. And then I had to pitch this idea to the group, much like I must pitch a statement or record of advice document to a client. The holistic development of human skills over the previous 3 years will aid my employability into a workspace that is transforming into today. The agility exercise highlighted my ability to adapt on the go and present solutions and problems that I may be presented in over my career. Again, providing a report to the B-Sci students showed how I can communicate my learnings and work towards a deadline by effectively managing my time. Employers look skillfully upon this, as especially what I found in my short career in wealth management, clients can become impatient when they are forced to wait on advice, especially when it comes to their own finances. In conclusion, the vision for Macquarie University is to aim for every student to develop a holistic employability skill base so that life after uni, we can find a purpose and have the skills, knowledge, and judgment to sustain us throughout our careers. The aforementioned sections of this presentation are strong examples on how Macquarie Commerce students leave into the working world aware of their capabilities, equipped with the career of self-agency to continually transition and advance throughout their professional lives. Thank you for taking the time to hear our report. I hope you understand why Macquarie Commerce students are now such highly regarded as being among sector leaders in employability and industry engagement. Thank you.